Hello and welcome to Media Center Ukraine. And our next briefing of Iryna Filatova, Africanist, Doctor of Historical Science, Professor Emeritus at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Iryna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
How can you comment on the results of the meeting of mediation mission of the leaders of African states?
Well, I haven't seen any results so far. The only result has been some benefits that South Africa is, for example, South Africa or any other African country is hoping to get. All of them went for different reasons, each of them, and each of them was hoping not just for peace, but for getting something for itself. South Africa, for example, is hoping to restore the confidence of the investors. It is also hoping to restore the confidence of the Western powers with whom its main trade with whom it trades mostly, and who are its major investors. So all the economic ties are with the West, and the West was quite disappointed in South Africa's position, which it says it is neutral, but it is not actually. It is very pro-Russian, and officially it says we are neutral, we are non-aligned. But it hasn't shown anything to prove that it is non-aligned. So this mission was aimed at proving that it is non-aligned and keeping the trade suffering because of it. For example, Egypt was part of this mission. Egypt is very interested in getting the Russian grain and Ukrainian grain and fertilizers, and it is, first of all, that's its first interest. It is not interested in global issues particularly. It is not interested whether Ukraine stays independent or not. And also, many African countries are anti-Western. The problem is that they do remember the colonial times when the Western powers were colonial powers. So that still is in the historical memory of many of the African states. So they feel that Russia, which supported them during the fight for independence, that it is closer to them, that maybe somehow the Russian narrative against the new neocolonialism, against the colonization of the mind, that maybe somehow that is closer to African states.
What do you think about the fact of suspension of the grain agreements?
The suspension of the grain agreement, I think that Russia will continue to supply the grain. I don't know whether within this agreement or with any direct agreement with African countries, if that is at all possible. But Russia needs Africa at the moment. It needs Africa badly. It needs to show to the world that it enjoys the support of the majority of humanity. So Lavrov, during his last visit to Africa, promised the gifts of free supplies of grain, and some of it has already been supplied. When he was in Kenya, for example, during his visit, he just said, yes, the cargo ship with grain is already here, so we are giving it free of charge. I think that Russia is interested in keeping this image of a great friend of Africa, and this propaganda may be working.
And last but not least, will the government of South Africa arrest Putin if he visits the BRICS summit?
There's no way. No way South Africa is going to do that. Whatever happens, whether the BRICS meeting is going to be transferred to China or it is going to take place here, but there is absolutely no way that it is going to somehow end in Putin's arrest.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you again. Have a nice day.
Okay, you too.
It was Iryna Filatova, Africanist, Doctor of Historical Science, Professor Emeritus in the University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. And it was our last briefing for today. Thank you for watching. See you again.